What's old, very old, is new again. Conor Knighton tells us all about the renaissance of adobe.
Mateo and Laura Clark aren't just building their own house, they're making their own bricks. The Texas couple recently bought land in Taos, New Mexico, and have decided to construct their dream home out of the land itself, mixing the excavated soil from their lot with sand and straw to create walls of adobe.
Yeah, I mean, we've had hands in every part, every corner.
I'll pick up a brick and I'll see a handprint of somebody, that helped make our brick, or maybe one of our own handprints. Yeah, there's been a lot of tactile, and it's almost, spiritual, that people have embedded their fingerprints into the walls.
Maximizing that hands-on connection while minimizing their environmental impact is what inspired the Clarks to build with adobe.
It's almost like an act of resistance for us, I think, to kind of rebel and go against the norm of what's expected, to be able to show others that that's possible and to have the resiliency to do it.
While adobe might feel like an unconventional choice today, it was once commonplace, not just in the Southwest, but all over the world.
But we haven't changed the way you make a mud brick for 10,000 years. We can see Egyptian writing on the pyramids of people making adobes, and it's the same way we do it now. And it's the same word, Egyptian word atob, which is very similar to adobe.
Ronald Rael is an architecture professor at UC Berkeley and an adobe evangelist. He grew up in a community of adobe homes in Colorado's San Luis Valley, just north of the New Mexico border.
I could probably say with a certain degree of confidence that my family has lived in adobe houses for the last several thousand years, continuously. And so I also feel like I'm part of an enormous legacy that I feel like a little bit of responsibility to continue in some way.
The legacy of adobe stretches from the mud brick skyscrapers of Yemen to the Taos Pueblo, churches, and homes of what's now New Mexico.
The oldest buildings on the planet are made this way.
It's a pretty low-tech building material.
One could say it's pretty low tech, but you could also argue that it's very high tech. If you think about inviting material scientists to come up with a building material that was low cost, non-toxic, fire resistant, recyclable, you'd probably spend millions of dollars trying to find what that material is. But humans have spent 10,000 years developing that material, a material that responds to every climactic zone on the planet.
Rael has been using advanced 3D printing technology to experiment with serpentine structures made of mud. The new 54,000 square foot building for the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, currently under construction in Santa Fe, is combining sun-baked adobe bricks with more modern steel beams and advanced humidity control systems. Adobe construction is labor-intensive, which means it isn't cheap. Unless you're like the Clarks and are committed to doing all the work yourself, adobe can potentially be more expensive than other materials. Still, Ronald Rael believes our long history with adobe provides something you just can't buy. A sense of belonging, baked right into the bricks.
When we enter into an adobe building, people often say, wow, it feels really good in here. And they describe it as a feeling. And I think that feeling is connected to our humanity. We feel right in an adobe building in the same way a bird might feel right in a nest.